Tonight on Toms River Schools Today, we will take a look at how one hot air balloon comes down in the wrong place.
And as always, we have a look at some of the events from around the school district. Toms River Schools Today starts in 2 minutes.
These kids almost had a new community center. A contractor almost volunteered to build it. A carpenter almost worked on the crew. And everyone else almost gave at the fundraiser. They almost gave. Almost. And these kids? Well, they almost stayed out of trouble.
There are some things you simply cannot control. And some really important things you can, like keeping your family healthy, managing finances, preparing for retirement. It's all here in this booklet from the American Diabetes Association, because we want everyone to be healthy and happy. Order your free copy of Planning for a Healthy Life now to help manage the things you can control.
Hello and welcome to Toms River Schools Today for Tuesday, October the 13th, 2015. I'm Keith O'Brien.
And I'm Liz Necker. Later on tonight, we see how you too can rescue an animal from the pound, and we will show you how.
But up first tonight, we take a look at our elementary schools in our Elementary Happening segment.
Starting off our elementary happenings, please bring your food for donation to Westover for Food Drive Friday. Your help can go a long way.
Let's take a look at today's random fact of the day.
Hi, I'm Matt Abbott with TV21's Random Fact of the Day. Did you know that the American explorers Lewis and Clark ate at least 9 bald eagles during their expedition to the Pacific coast?
A hot air balloon couldn't make it to its landing spot, so the pilot decided to shoot for a townhome complex in Virginia yesterday. But as Joe St. George reports, some people got really scared when the balloon popped up over their rooftops.
Please don't crash into these homes.
A scary Sunday night in Ashland, a hot air balloon makes an unexpected landing in the Lake Ridge Green townhome complex, all
Land safely in Jesus' name.
while cameras roll.
This will be reason number 436 why I don't ever want to ride one of these.
But the pilot of the balloon, Gilbert Martin, tells us,
And it was totally safe, totally planned.
at no point were the lives of the 5 people on board in danger. Martin says the winds were just unpredictable Sunday night, and he wasn't able to get to his original landing spot behind the Ashland Home Depot.
I have total control up and down. What I don't have control of is which way the winds blow.
Hot air balloons have been in the spotlight in Central Virginia since a fatal flight in 2014 when 3 people died after striking power lines. Martin says he always had control of this balloon.
The balloon is 9 stories tall. And people look at that balloon and say it's huge. But what I'm landing is I'm landing a basket that's 4 foot by 5 feet.
For those who witnessed it land, like Jared Henderson and his niece,
we saw it didn't land at my house.
Sunday's balloon landing in front of his home was more like an entertainment show. Grateful no one got hurt.
Initially, it was just kind of cool to look up and see them kind of floating over the top of us.
It's time to take a trip around the world in our 60-second road trip. Can you guess where we are today?
my face above the water. My feet can't touch the ground, and it feels like I can see the sands on the horizon every time you are not around. I'm slowly drifting away.
October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, and if you're thinking of adding a pet to your home, there are some practical and economical questions to ask before you adopt. Karen Kafa looks at that pre-adoption checklist in today's Consumer Watch.
They're quick on their feet, but can they handle these guys? Washington Capitals players like Alex Ovechkin and Nicklas Backstrom sharing the spotlight with shelter pups from Virginia's Homeward Trails Animal Rescue at a calendar shoot.
Yeah, I love the dogs, obviously. I have 5 dogs in Russia, so I'm kind of a dog guy.
A little different from being out on the ice, but it's a good thing.
Homeward Trails holds adoption events at their facility here in Fairfax, Virginia, helping prospective pet owners spend time with pups like Grace and Parksley before deciding to take them home. Adoption Center Director Mark Goodhart says no matter how cute that face is, it's important to look at how that dog fits into a household.
Many people come in very interested in puppies without realizing the full commitment that entails in terms of what a puppy needs and the amount of care that they need.
That's why his staff asks prospective pet owners about work schedules and time they can devote to a pet's needs. They ask about small children and any allergies. And for those in rental units, they'll contact landlords to make sure a dog is within a property's guidelines.
But you should have an idea of like the size of dog that you can have, the amount of space you have in your home that can accommodate a dog. Keep in mind how much dog food costs and where you want to get that food from.
Other costs to keep in mind: routine vet visits and vaccines and unexpected emergency care. The shelter isn't the only one to benefit from the proceeds from the Capitals canine calendar.
Through Homeward Trails, we wound up adopting him and fostering a few other dogs, so it's kind of something that we obviously feel passionate about, and we're glad to have him in our family.
Netting a family and a new home. For Consumer Watch, I'm Karen Kafa.
It is now time for us to take a look at Dictionary.com's word of the day. Today's word is bromide, meaning a dull or boring person. And now for today's sentence. In the end, I temper side with a moderate dose of bromide, deciding to call and see if more energetic measures were necessary.
Now we're going to take a short break, but coming up we take a look at our intermediate happenings.
We also take a look at your weather, so stick around. We'll be right back.
Just a feeling that I have, yeah.
I knew I needed help paying for college. I've always wanted to be a teacher. I used to make worksheets for my friends to do. No one ever wanted to come over. My guidance counselor told me about federal student aid, and my mom helped me fill out the free application. I got the grants and loans that made school possible. There is a way to pay for school. You just have to find it. My name is Caitlin. I'm going to be a special education teacher. I'm going to live my dream.
Welcome back. Starting off our intermediate happenings, at Intermediate South, it is Seminole Spirit Day every Friday. Don't forget to wear your Seminole colors. It's Spearwear is on sale in the school store.
All students are reminded if they would like to see any sporting event at Intermediate South, you must go home first, then return at game time with an adult.
It is now time for our environmental tip of the day. Each day we'll bring you a tip that will help save the environment. Let's take a look at today's tip.
I'm Melissa Money for TV21's Environmental Tip of the Day. Reduce your carbon footprint. Use public transportation, carpool, walk, or bike whenever possible to avoid using your car.
Every day on this show, we will be bringing you a tip of the day, so stay tuned tomorrow as we give you another way to help save the environment.
These are shouts of joy. It was more than a year ago when the Beckers thought that they had lost their dog on Thanksgiving of last year. The family visited a ranch out near Tilden, but their dog Chip wandered off and disappeared. The family thought they'd never see him again. Imagine their surprise when on Monday night, the family received a call from a clinic in Mississippi. Someone had found Chips and taken him to the vet. The Beckers couldn't believe what they were hearing. So Mac Becker jumped into his car and drove about 650 miles to pick up Chips and bring him home.
Chips is alive.
You gotta be kidding. That's great news.
These are shouts of joy. It was more than a year ago when the Beckers thought they had lost their dog.
We searched for him, couldn't find him. We spent the better half of 2 days looking for him, and he never showed up.
On Thanksgiving of last year, the family visited a ranch out near Tilden, but their dog Chips wandered off and disappeared. The family thought they'd never see him again.
We're all looking for him, and we were all thinking we can't find him, we'll never find him.
Imagine their surprise when on Monday night the family received a call from a clinic in Mississippi. Someone had found Chips and taken him to the vet.
Dog, and he's microchipped, and the name comes back to you.
The Beckers couldn't believe what they were hearing.
If you gave me 100 guesses, I would never guess that.
He came back from the dead because we thought he was gone. We thought he was dead.
We were blown away. It was amazing that we found him.
So Mac Becker jumped into his car and drove about 650 miles to pick up Chips and bring him home.
Show that you really need to chip your dogs because this is a great story. We got him back, and now he's back with his family. Now I'm just glad he's home.
More than 40,000 runners competed in the 38th annual Chicago Marathon Sunday. Sarah Schulte reports on a young woman's first race and a veteran running couple who had one of their slowest marathon times.
So much fun.
What slowed Reinhardt and Jockel down was a 3.5-minute pit stop at mile marker 8 to get hitched. A Chicago Marathon first. The couple got married during the marathon. Years ago, the two met while training for a marathon. To satisfy Reinhardt's desire for a small wedding and Jockel's for a big one, they took up a friend's suggestion of exchanging vows on the race course.
And I said, it is perfect. I get my short and sweet ceremony. He gets 40,000 guests.
After saying their I do's under an altar decorated in race medals, the couple kissed, toasted with Gatorade, and ran the rest of the marathon.
We did an 18-mile, victory lap around the city.
As always, the Chicago Marathon is full of personal stories, with 45,000 people making their way through 29 Chicago neighborhoods. Sarah Brown was one of many first-time runners. She kept going with her dad, a marathon veteran, running by her side.
It was sensational just to know that all the training and everything that you had been building up towards, that was that culminating moment. Painful, but exciting at the same time, so it's just an awesome moment.
Life is too short to do nothing, and after I did the first one, I was so proud of myself. I was like, you know what, let's keep it going.
It is now time for another break. Coming up later in the show, we will take a look at your high school happenings.
Tom's River Schools Today will be right back.
Cans, water bottles, and clothes
These forms of aid cost more to ship than you think. Cash donations provide immediate and effective relief to those who need it, without the shipping costs. If we all do our part, together, we can provide help across the world. To learn more, check out CIDI.org.
He covered over 5,000 miles, averaging about 100 miles per day. Manson says he wants to thank all who donated to his cause and wants to remind us that even though his journey is over, it must continue. Tom and Harriet Banks.
Every year, 1 million families face losing their homes to foreclosure. Because they don't know what to do, they do nothing. If you're in danger of losing your home, call us, because nothing is worse than doing nothing.
Starting off our high school happenings, attention students and staff. The school store is now open to serve you. We are stocked with all your Raider apparel needs, including Champion and Under Armour brands. The school store is open every day after school from 1:40 to 2 p.m. We also have Yoo-Hoo, Snapple, and water for $1, as well as many delicious snacks to get you energized for your after-school practices. Stop in soon. It's time to get Raiderized.
Attention seniors, is your college coming to visit? Please stop by the guidance office to see the list of college visits and when their representative will be coming to High School East. It's that time of the year again. High School East Chorus Clothing Collection. Unwanted clothes, purses, belts, stuffed animals, bed linens. Bring them in a plastic bag to room C05 by the morning of Wednesday, October 21st.
Attention all of our wonderful East students. We are looking for leaders with problem-solving communication skills to work with our teachers and parents to improve school outcomes related to student attendance, behavior, and overall school climate. We are holding individual committee meetings at the end of this month and would love to have you involved. Interested? Check out the flyer in your teacher's classroom or stop in the main office for further details.
Switching to High School North, every Wednesday is Green Day at North. Remember to wear green to help get the word out about the need for recycling and energy conservation.
It is now time for us to take a short break. After the break, we will take a look at your 3-day forecast.
Tom's River Schools Today will be right back.
Okay.
Stop!
But the butcher don't care if you live or if you die. But I've never touched nothing that my spirit could kill. You know, I've seen a lot of people walking around with tombstones in their eyes.
Ron, you can't drive.
Debbie, I only had 12. Seems to be the problem, Ossifer. Sir, have you been drinking tonight?
Starting off sports, some die-hard football fans have a chance to become movie stars. A Wisconsin filmmaker is casting for a romantic comedy about Green Bay Packers fans called The 60-Yard Line. The film profiles one man's love for his team versus the love of his life. Local cheeseheads support the film and are eager to show their Packer pride.
We're going to be shooting a movie in a couple weeks here.
Awesome.
Over at a house over there.
An Ashwaubenon house at the corner of Stadium Drive and Oneida Street is the inspiration behind the movie The 60-Yard Line.
We're always looking for material, and it pretty much just like wrote itself.
Wisconsin native, co-writer, and executive producer of the film, Ryan Churchill, says the home his friend owns is the setting for a fictitious romantic comedy about a man who thinks buying the home will make his life better.
The Packer party lifestyle that it gives you, it instills in you, gets in the way of his relationship with his fiance and his family, and yeah, his life doesn't necessarily get better.
With just 9 days until shooting begins and plenty of tailgating scenes in the movie, Churchill and his team are still in need of iconic Packers fans and decked out green and gold rides.
We're here today to specifically target those people that are maybe more well known in the community as being those Packer fans and to try to get them involved in the picture. We want America to get to know who Green Bay is and who their fans are.
As far as money and support for the movie, the crew says they still have a ways to go, but they've been overwhelmed by the generosity of the locals.
You know, they love their Packers, so anything Green Bay Packers, they're going to be involved and want to help out as much as possible.
And the more support Green Bay gives to the film, the more it can show off the heart of the city and the team.
We're really excited to be able to bring this film to life and to show the rest of the world who the Packer fans are.
Really care.
Let's now take a look at our 3-day forecast. Coming up tomorrow, it'll be clear with a high of 68 and a low of 53. For Thursday, the sun stays with us with a high of 63 and a low of 51. And for Friday, we start to get clouds with a high of 66 and a low of 45.
Wrapping up tonight's show, It's a Bird, It's a Plane. In Colorado, you can finish with It's a Pumpkin. An annual pumpkin shooting contest is going on this weekend. As Dan Derry reports, it's a challenge to get the event's name right.
First, a little clarification. It's not
Pumpkin chunkin.
Pumpkin chucking.
Chunkin.
Chunkin. It's pumpkin.
Chunkin.
Pumpkin. Punkin chunkin.
Excellent. And this is Punkin Chunkin.
Fire in the hole! Pumpkin chunkin is creative engineering. It's just guys that want to get together and figure out the best way to get their pumpkin downrange as far as possible.
18 teams from around the country are here in Aurora to compete for the grand prize at the annual 2015 Punkin Chunkin Colorado contest. And it all starts with this, the original pumpkin pusher, the
trebuchet.
That's French for pumpkin chucker, sort of.
So this has got about 100 2-inch torsion garage door springs that we pull lengthwise. It develops about 14,000 pounds of pull together to rip the beam around.
You might come for the trebuchet, but you just might stay for the pumpkin cannon. It costs thousands of dollars and hundreds of man-hours and hundreds of man-hours to build these crazy looking but powerful powerful pumpers can pop a little more. And these men and women of the gorge, and these men travel running women around the country and of the gorge compete.
Remember, if you have a story you would like us to cover,
or if you have an announcement about an upcoming event, please send it inter-school mail to the TV studio at High School East, or you can email us at tv21@trschools.com.
Also, be sure to tune in to TV21 throughout the day to catch this show as we bring you stories from around the district. Also, please take a look at our website, www.trschools.com/TV21.
Well, that wraps up tonight's show. From Toms River Schools Today, I'm Liz Necker.
And I'm Keith O'Brien. Have a great night.